Have you ever noticed in the Bible, like it's pretty clear as to how husbands should treat their wives and wives should treat their husbands, and yet there's so much fogginess, there's so much misunderstanding, so many caricatures, right? Honey, get me a beer, that kind of attitude, sort of old Archie Bunker way of treating your wife, or you can really pick any stereotypical TV husband of recent time, right? If they're unfaithful, they're all these things. And it's time for us as men of God to say, like, no, our families matter, man. My wife matters, my kids matter, their future, their present, their everything matters. So how should I treat my wife? 1 Peter 3, verse 7 says this, likewise, husbands, he says, live with your wives in an understanding way, showing honor to the woman as the weaker vessel, since they are heirs with you of the grace of life, so that your prayers may not be hindered. Now I know, okay, I probably should duck after I say that, because with the woman being the weaker vessel, and simply he's just stating a biological truth. Men tend to have more muscle mass than women, right? They tend to be physically stronger. And again, we're not talking emotionally stronger. Women have their strengths as well. That's not trying to tear down women, but what it's trying to do is say, for all the dudes, he's saying, look, you guys need to step up. You need to step up. You need to be understanding to your wife. Understand that she's different than you. Understand her strengths, understand what makes her tick, understand what she needs. It's not just about what you need and what you want, but you live with her, trying to be open, asking her, like, Lord, honey, help me to understand how you are and how you think, and right, because it's different. Guys are different than gals, right? Men are from Mars, women are from Venus, right? Wasn't that the book or something like that years ago that came out, trying to talk about those differences? I don't think those are derogatory at all. I think it's just the way it is. Now again, there's differences to that. There are stronger women and maybe men who are a little weaker. That happens, right? We're all different. We all have different, there's no perfect exact stereotype. But by and large, men are called to show honor to their wives. That's the whole point. You need to put her first. Man, you need to protect her. You need to make sure that she's okay. You got to make sure, and it's not in a belittling way, right? That you're not to sort of remind her of her place. You're not to do any of those things. I think that's a horrible way to live. I think that's doing the opposite of what this passage is saying. It's saying, look, this gal is a gift from God to you. You're there to honor her, to hold her as precious, to help her in any way that she has, to see any times where she needs your protection, she needs your help. And again, she'll ask you for it, right? Don't try to rule everything and run everything. But there's going to be things she needs you and to be the man and need to be the stronger one, and just do that. She's in this with you. She's an heir with you of God's grace. And Peter even says, like, dude, your prayers might be not working out because you're getting this all wrong. You're making it all about you and how strong you are and how dominant you are. And maybe you don't care about her. Maybe you're totally insensitive to who she is. Right? And I know that might make some of you dudes angry, but we all need to come clean on this and see how we have failed and say, Lord, help me to do what's right. Help me to be who you've called me to be. And again, God's going to answer that prayer. Right? That's what this passage is trying to say. That maybe we're off base and maybe we shouldn't be surprised when things aren't clicking the way they should be. Because we think this is us building our kingdom. Instead of looking at our wives and our kids and saying, man, Lord, what did I do to deserve these beautiful people who are amazing in my life? I want us to have that attitude and to say, you know what, I'm going to hit it every day to make life the best that it can be for them, to do what I can for them. Not to carve out time for myself, but how do I help? How do I do that? Now, the time for yourself is you with the Lord. Okay? Now, how much time of that are we carving out? right? We're carving out time to have fun and do other things. And we mourn and lament the fact that we can't do that. But when's the last time you're like, man, I wish I had more time to pray. I wish I had more time to get with the Lord and to pray, and to hear the scripture and to take that in. Let's help each other, guys. Let's rise up and say, we're going to do this. I'm going to be a help to my brother. I'm going to be an encouragement to my brother. We're going to stand together in this battle, and we're going to love our wives the way that you have called us to do that as Christ loved the church. We're going to give our lives for them. All right? Pastor Fred, this is the Follow Through. Great to have you with us. Hit that subscribe button. I'd love to hear what you think about this in the comments. Let's encourage each other in there and share this with somebody who needs it. Talk to you next time.